High above the Judean desert, on a lonely mountain fortress, nearly 1,000 men, women and children watched as the might of Rome closed in. It was the year 73 CE, and the First Jewish-Roman War was nearly over, but one last stronghold remained. The rebels inside Masada swore they would never surrender. Rome swore they would never forgive. What followed was one of the most dramatic and tragic final stands in ancient history. To understand Masada, we need to rewind. In 66 CE, the Jewish population of Judea erupted in rebellion against Roman rule. For years, the rebels fought with passion, but the legions of Rome crushed resistance city by city. Jerusalem fell in 70 CE. Its temple burned to the ground, but one group, known as the Sicarii, refused to bow. Fanatical, determined, and armed with zeal, they retreated to Masada, a fortress built decades earlier by King Herod the Great, perched on a mountain nearly impossible to scale. From the summit, the rebels could see for miles. It was safety, it was freedom, it was defiance against Rome itself. In 73 CE, the governor of Judea, Lucius Flavius Silva, brought the 10th Roman legion to Masada. Thousands of Roman soldiers, veterans hardened by years of war, now faced fewer than 1,000 rebels. On paper, it wasn't a battle. It was a statement. Rome would not tolerate resistance. But Masada was a fortress like no other. Sheer cliffs surrounded it on all sides. A direct assault, impossible. So the Romans did what they always did best. They built. Silva ordered a massive circumvallation wall, a ring around the mountain, to trap the rebels inside. No escape, no supplies, no mercy. Then came Rome's masterpiece of engineering. Using Jewish slaves, the legion began constructing an enormous siege ramp, hauling rock and earth against the mountain itself. Slowly, relentlessly, they carved a path to the fortress walls. Day after day, the defenders looked down in horror as Rome reshaped the desert to reach them. The Sicarii could raid, harass and throw projectiles, but they could not stop Rome's will. By spring, the ramp towered nearly 200 meters high. Siege engines, battering rams, catapults rolled into position. The end was inevitable. As night fell before the final assault, the rebels gathered. Their leader, Eleazar ben Yair, delivered a speech that would echo through history.
He argued that death was better than slavery, that to fall into Rome's hands would mean torture, humiliation, and chains.
And so, according to the historian Josephus, they made a choice. When the Romans broke through the next morning, they found silence. Nearly 960 men, women, and children lay dead by their own hands. Only a handful survived, hidden, too afraid to join the others. Rome had won. But at Masada, victory came with the haunting weight of tragedy. Today, Masada is more than a ruin, it is a symbol. For some, it represents Jewish resistance against oppression. For others, it is a warning of fanaticism and desperation. Rome proved once again its unstoppable might. But Masada showed that even in defeat, the human spirit can leave a story that outlives empires. And so, the question lingers, did Masada mark Rome's greatest triumph, or its most haunting reminder that some enemies will never kneel? If you found this story of Rome and Masada fascinating, make sure to like, share and subscribe for more epic tales from ancient history. And tell us in the comments, do you see Masada as a story of heroism or tragedy?